Okay, so we just took our notes on slope, dude, on page 34. Now we're going to do some notes at the bottom of page 34. So at the very bottom of page 34, I'm going to split it in two parts. Okay, so I like to draw a line down the middle just so that I keep myself in my two parts. And we're going to talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, so you're putting this on page 34. So let's zoom in, and we're going to talk about parallel lines first. Okay, so parallel lines are special because the slopes of their lines are special. Parallel lines have the same slope, So when we're talking y equals mx plus b, and the equations of parallel lines, their m's are going to be the same. Okay, so let's talk about some. So my favorite number is 7. So if I had 7x plus 15, okay, so let's put that into Desmos. 7x plus 15. Okay, so there's my slope. It is positive, puff, puff, positive, because it's going up. If I were to write my name on it, it would be going up. And if I wanted a parallel line to it, I would want another 7 because they're the same slope, and it doesn't even matter what the b is. So I could put 3 here. Let's see, I could do another one that's like 7x minus 2.5. Okay, it doesn't even have to be a whole number. Let's see, do they look the same when I graph them? 7x plus 3, and then I got 7x minus 2.5. Notice how all of these lines are parallel. They're never going to touch each other, no matter what, okay, no matter where I go into them. So I'm just going to draw a quick sketch of this so I have it. So I had one of them that looks like that. One was here, and then one was down here. They are never going to touch, never cross, okay, because that's what parallel means. And the reason why they're all parallel is because the slopes are the same. We could do this with anything. We could do another one that's like y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Okay, and as long as the slope was the same, y equals 1/2 x minus 2, these would be parallel because they both have a slope of 1/2. Okay, notice that I did make the b's different because if the b's were the same, it would be the same exact equation. Let's look at these two graphs just to make sure they're parallel. Y equals 1/2 x plus 2 and y equals 1/2 x minus 2. Notice that they're not going to cross. Okay, if they had the same b value, it would be the same line. So just make sure the b's are different. Okay, perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines. Remember, perpendicular lines cross at a 90-degree angle, and their slopes are opposite reciprocals. Big math word for you that I'm sure I spelled wrong. Reciprocal. So I just looked it up, and I did spell it wrong. It's opposite reciprocal. So there's the correct spelling in case you wanted to get down the correct spelling. Okay, so let's talk about what opposite reciprocals means. Opposite means that one's going to be positive, so one of our slopes is going to be positive, and one's going to be negative. Okay, and then reciprocal just means flip the fraction. That's all that means. Okay, and let's put in here that this is the slope, opposite reciprocal slope. So we're still talking about the m value, So if I were to have like y equals negative 2x plus 3, okay, my slope here is negative 2. So my opposite reciprocal slope, it has to be positive, not negative. And then I have to flip over 2. I have to flip the fraction. So the fraction for negative 2 is negative 2 over 1. So if I flip this over, I'm going to get 1 over 2. And notice that I made it positive because one's negative, one's positive. So y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Let's see there. Okay, let's graph it. Look, remember it's got to cross at a 90-degree angle. So y equals negative 2x plus 3, and y equals 1/2 x minus 5. Yep, look at that. It looks like it's crossing at a 90-degree angle. Let's draw a picture. Okay, so it looks like one is going this way, and one is going that way. And this is, I'm going to draw the little square, and remember that means 90 degrees. Okay, let's do another one. So if I had like y equals 2/3 x plus 5, and remember this is my slope. For perpendicular, I have to do the opposite. So because that's positive, this one has to be negative, and flip the fraction. 3/2 x minus 1. Let's check them. So y equals 2/3 x plus 5, and y equals negative 3/2 x minus 1. Yep, still perpendicular, crossing at a 90-degree angle. So remember, opposite and reciprocal. And with the b, same as before, the b, it doesn't matter what it is. If the b is the same this time, they're not going to be the same line. So that's good. Okay, so here are our notes. If you missed a part of it, please write it down now. Parallel lines, same slope. Perpendicular lines, opposite reciprocal slope. Okay, opposite reciprocal slope.